Come watch your favorite team and earn points with our new Blazin' Rewards program, only at Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Hi, I'm Nathan Wilcom, manager at the Longhorn Steakhouse here in Salina, Kansas. We are proud supporters of our local high school sports team and our community. I'd like to invite you to join us for a great meal at Longhorn Steakhouse. We are open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Friday and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. We hope to see you at our restaurant, and when you do, ask for me or our managing partner, Sarah Grimes. We'd love to say hello.
At Domino's, they work hard to make it easy for you to earn free pizza. How hard? We probably don't have enough time to talk about all the ways they've invented for you to order, but we do have time to talk about the new ways you can earn Piece of the Pie rewards points towards free pizza. Now you can earn points when you place an order by phone or in store. That means you can earn points any way you order. If you would like to enroll, see dominos.com/rewards or call Domino's. Hello and welcome to week 2 of Friday Night Football here on Salina Media Connection. Tonight, it's just a solo cast. I'm your host, Colin Crowder. Did not have Charles Ross with us this week, but we got a pretty good game for you. We have the Salina Central Mustangs versus the Derby Panthers. Central coming in at 0-1 with a 21-14 loss on the road last week to Eisenhower, while Derby sported a win against Garden City, a pretty dominating win, 48-19 last week. And we got the team in the helmet moving back and forth, ready to come out on the field as the Derby Panthers are just kind of waiting to get the show on the road. And there are the Mustangs with fans and the band. Talked to head coach Mark Sandbo a little bit before the game, just kind of asked him what he thought his strengths were on his team. Again, not much to really see after just 1 week, but he likes kind of his offense and defense kind of both balanced pretty well. Mentioned his defensive line he liked. We'll see if they play a pretty big factor in tonight's game. And both teams are at midfield. Going to get the coin toss here shortly. This is quite a long coin toss. There it finally is. And it looks like, if I heard correctly, Central won the toss. They've deferred. That means Derby will receive and Central will kick. So Derby appears to get the ball first. Cray True going to be kicking things off for us tonight. It's number 42, the kicker for the Mustangs. And there's the whistle, and we're ready once the kicker gets his gloves on. And it's going to be kind of a kick left side, fielded about the 13. A little bit of a bobble, but picks it up, and there's green grass in front of him. He's kind of stumbles on himself. The return there, Trey Washington for Derby, brings it out past the 50-yard line. And that was a pretty good return there by Derby. Had a lot of green helmets on maroon helmets for blocking that. Derby's first play will be in Salina Central territory. And we're waiting on, it looks like maybe a receiver to tie his shoe. Nope, that is actually the running back that we just saw, Trey Washington. And we have another stoppage of play. That was Grant Adler, is the quarterback for Derby. And we already have a penalty on the Central defense. Going to have an offsides call. And 1st and 5 already for Derby. Adler with a little bit of play action, look left side, has a receiver wide open. A few yards deep, and that's going to be good enough for a first down, getting close to maybe about 8-yard gain there. There's Aaron Larson, the senior, there for the Panthers. And it's going to be a handoff to Washington, but looked like a pretty powerful run, but was able to be tripped up by one of those defensive linemen for the Mustangs. Still a gain of a couple. A little bit of a high snap. Adler going to go to Washington again. I think they're going to rule that his knee was down before he even had contact with a Mustang. And they're going to mark him down for a loss of 1. And Panthers wanting to go fast. 3 receivers left side. They're going to look that way. Pump fake. Getting some pressure in the backfield. He's going to roll out to his right. Down the field and wide open for the touchdown. number 19, Jacob Karsak. You hate to see that, just really a scramble drill right there, and receiver just wide open down the field. Extra point is up and appears to be good. 1 minute, 22 seconds off the clock, and Derby is already up 7-0. And that Derby offense looks like they wanted to move.
Salina Central football team would like to thank Popeye, Emmanuel Christian Church, and Longhorn Steakhouse for providing team meals this season.
And we'll see what the Mustangs can do on their first possession following the kickoff. Of course, led by their senior quarterback, Jackson Kavanaugh. Lost some targets like Talon Peters and Ben Driver last year, but still do have some receivers. And here's the kick. Pretty kind of a skyrocketed kick. Going to be fielded at the 19. Sidesteps one, gets by another, runs into one of his own guys, and is going to be brought down around the 27.
Logan Heigl on the return, number 9 Reed listed, and number 2 Terry Gideon on the tackle.
That was Logan Heigl on the return, and he is one of those receivers that Central has back this year. Kavanaugh gets the shotgun snap, but looked kind of confused on where he was going with the ball.
Jackson Kavanaugh on the carry, number 56 Jared Noel on the tackle.
Going to end up losing a yard on that. Mustangs with 3 receivers on the right, going to send one in motion, going to fly sweep it back the other way. And he is met for just a 2-yard gain.
Shovel pass to number 1 Jackson Calzone.
Jackson Calzone, a sophomore, on that carry. Jackson Kavanaugh going to roll out right side. They're going quick. And they get it out into the flat, but going to be met right after the reception, maybe a gain of a yard. That's going to bring up 4th and 8. And that will bring on the Central punt team. With the fast offenses, you blink and they're off the field, or blink and they're done. Punt is away. Pretty good punt over Washington's head. Going to go out of bounds, maybe around the 24 perhaps. And that is, looks like where they're going to mark it.
Jackson Calzone, double ball on the 24.
Well, so far we've seen a series from both teams. And I think it's clear so far, at least Derby being the team to press the issue a lot more than the Mustangs so far. Second possession now here for the Derby Panthers on their own 24. They're going to have two receivers, and both sides going to be on the far side of the field. They're going to look like they're going to run option pitches to Washington. It's got open space. A good, powerful run there. Picks up 12.
22, Trey Washington. Number 14, Dakota Hogan on the tackle.
Dakota Hogan with that tackle. Going to be another pump fake looking down the field, wide open. Number 11 for the Panthers, going to be just untouched into the end zone. Kavion Walker, and the Panthers have made this look easy. And the Panthers here for another extra point. And that is up and good. Again, blink and you'll miss it. 14-0 Panthers. 8:22 left in only the first quarter.
Tonight's tailgate sponsor is Central Auto Center, located at 801 East Crawford Street. Thank you for your support of Mustang Athletics.
Really not a ton to say right here. It just seems like we just kicked off just a few minutes ago, and that is the truth. Mustangs already down 2 touchdowns. It's going to be fielded by the Mustangs in kind of a pile going the wrong way, but forward progress going to bring it out to about the 23-yard line. That was Logan Heigl again on that return. Well, round number 2 now here for the Mustangs. I'm not sure, we have a little bit more equipment issues, just getting pads on straight and such. And with a equipment malfunction, somebody's going to have to come off the field. And they're trying to find somebody, and they're going to have to get somebody from the defense. It's like Dakota Hogan, who we heard on the defensive side with a tackle, is going to have to come out here and play receiver. Kavanaugh with a little bit of play action. Escapes from the pocket, gonna cut back a little bit, picks up maybe 4, maybe 5.
Jackson Kavanaugh on the carry. Tackle on number 4, Jack Heilman.
And we might have maybe more equipment issues, I'm not sure. Had yet another stoppage in play. And Dakota Hogan goes out for one play, and he thinks he's done as his replacement is going to come back on, the starter, but going to have to go back out on the field again. And they got a little play action, look left side, and that is Dakota Hogan slipping, but off the hands. Going to be incomplete, going to be 3rd and 6. Mustang's going to have 3 receivers wide side. Going to try and set up a screen, but there's just nothing there. And that pass is going to fall incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. And the punt team will come onto the field again. Just not much movement there for the Mustangs. And that's going to be a bouncing kick, but able to get it away. And the Panthers are just going to let that go. It's going to roll to about the 31-yard line. First and 10 Panthers on their own 30. Back to pass, going to step up into the pocket, looking downfield for his receiver. Great throw and a pretty good catch there to David Sims. That was really just kind of an arch. And his receiver able to come down with it. And we do have a Mustang down where the backfield would be. And Talis Price, the senior, onto his feet, coming off the field. Maybe another 1st and 10 for the Panthers. And they have 3 receivers right side, 2 left. And Washington offset to the left of the quarterback. And that's going to be a handoff, but a really good read. Ball on the floor. And the Mustangs recover. They're going to do a fly sweep to Lem Wash. But really, I think just didn't really have a full grasp on that ball when he was hit in the backfield. And that ball is on the turf. And that's really what you want if you're a Mustang fan. Going to need those turnovers, especially in a game like this, how well it's been going for the Panthers so far. And maybe a little confusion getting the play in. 7 seconds on the play clock. Mustang's going to go 5 wide. Kavanaugh going to step up, find Number 9 there. Xavier Jackson.
Kavanaugh pass to the middle, and Xavier Jackson.
Was a good, nice catch and run right after that. Kavanaugh gonna look his way again, gonna pass, gonna be complete. Gonna be thrown to the ground. A little bit of a jaunt in there, but no call after that. Gonna be a Mustang first down. A little bit of a light snap. Kavanaugh gonna look right, but gonna be tackled as he threw it. But the pass drops incomplete, gonna be 2nd and 10.
Incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs.
Kavanaugh with the snap again, gonna roll out right, but has a man coming on his backside. Kavanaugh gonna get thrown down for a sack. Luke Stewart coming on the backside takes down Kavanaugh. And that's 3rd and 18 now for Salina Central. And Kavanaugh gonna have pressure in the backfield, but somehow gets away. Gonna maybe make it back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a yard short of it. Good to run to the sticks, but looks like the wrong sticks. Central might keep the offense out on the field here on 4th down in Panther territory. And they're going to do just that. 3 receivers left, and they're going to get 5 yards back right there. Call the defensive lineman offsides, making contact. That's going to be 5 free yards. Like about a 4th and 11 now, makes it 4th and 6th. Kavanaugh going to be back to pass, going to look middle of the field, has his receiver wide open. And I believe that was Logan Heigl over the middle with a great catch on 4th down. Gets the ball to inside the 5 to the 3. Great throw and catch there. Kavanaugh going to keep this himself, and he's going to get bottled up. Not really going to gain anything on that. What a great play, though, by Logan Heigl. That's stepping up big. Second and goal from the 3. Kavanaugh going a little pump fake left side, going to have pressure coming on his back. Able just to get the ball away with a receiver in the area. And that's going to be incomplete. Just pressure getting to Kavanaugh quickly. It's going to be 3rd down. And that's going to be a quick pass over the middle. Well, that pass is going to be broken up. And that's going to drop. It's going to be 4th down now, and you expect Central to go for it here. I think this is big just in terms of the entire game. Central going to have 3 receivers on the right side. Going to have the tight end going left, thrown over the middle. Caught, but they're going to rule him down at the 1. They say he does not cross the plane. Going to be a 2-yard gain, but turnover on downs on the 1-yard line. Man. That's tough right there. Feel like you had the pretty good play call, but just needed another inch or so to be into the end zone. See if this Central defense can come up with something big. And just like that, pass over the middle or the hashes. And Derby brings it out to the 39. And just a lot of open receivers in the secondary for the Panthers. Derby again wanting to go quick. This time handoff Washington, big hole, cuts one way, cuts back the other. Gonna basically flip the field in a short way and maybe gets it down to the 37, looks like. First and 10 again now for the Panthers. Adler gonna look, rolling out, but gonna be brought down. Dalen McKnight there, able to wrestle down the quarterback for about a 7-8 yard loss. Central a little late getting set up. Here comes a screen. Had a defender there kind of waiting for it, but I don't think he saw where the ball was going. That was Davin Sims. I believe he was the gentleman who coughed up the ball on one of the Derby drives. 3rd and 11 now. It's going to be option right side, but quarterback's going to keep it. Going to pick up 3, and this might be, again, 4-down territory for the Panthers. And the cornerback Adler kind of limping a little bit getting up. Brooks Burgoon on that tackle. Heard his name previous years, first time we heard him tonight. And we do have an injured Derby Panther offensive lineman. 74 comes out, 75 comes on. Two receivers each side. Washington going to be right behind Adler. And they're going to look for the play on the sideline. 10 seconds on the play clock. Down to 3. Gets it away, going to run option left side again. Gets it to Washington. And he's just finding the open space. Cuts it back. And they're going to be into the end zone for the 3rd time tonight. I think right there we're just seeing the speed of Derby versus the speed of Salina Central. That kick is up and good. We are still 1 minute, 42 seconds left in the first quarter, and it is 21-0 Panthers. And yet again, Derby going to be kicking this off. And this time going to be deep enough for a return, but the wall set up on the hash, but the return just had to be taken right there. Jackson Colzo with the return, but really just had to run forward and then out of bounds. And we'll see another series here from the Mustangs. And it's going to be a handoff up the middle. Finally seeing a little bit of the running game. Going to be about a 3-yard gain. Second and 6. Going to swing it out here. Looks like the Colzo going to try and get something, but going to be met by a bunch of Derby Panthers. Forward progress maybe gives him a 1.5 yards, but we do have a flag on the field. And that's going to be a hold on the offense. Okay, they're going to get Quentin Stewart on that hold. Backs him up to about 2nd and 16. Kavanaugh gonna look, gonna have a man right in his face though. And he's gonna be taken down on a sack. Back at the 7-yard line. Had decent protection except for just that one Derby Panther that got into the backfield fast. And it's 3rd and a long way to go. Yeah, we're going to have another false start. We're going to have half this distance to the goal here. Some of the Central players just kind of had their hands up in the air, not sure what the call was. Kavanaugh going to be in his own end zone, going to throw the ball over the middle of the field. Overshoots his receivers. And it looked like Kavanaugh just wanted to get rid of that ball, kind of started feeling the pressure again. And it looks like Jackson Colzo is going to have to punt from his own end zone. A little bit of a low snap, but gets it. Colzo gets the punt off, and it's not one of his better ones. Washington going to field it about the 31. Be going in and out of tacklers. Brings it to about the 14-yard line. But with that, it's going to be the end of the first quarter. Panthers up 21-0. We'll be back with the second quarter of action right after this. And we're back with second quarter action here. Going to be the start of the second quarter as the Panthers now heading the north side of the field. It'll be 1st and 10 on the Mustang 19. It's going to be a handoff. Washington finds the hole and just powers his way into the end zone. Sitting next to the booth where the Derby coaches are at, and really just not much celebration. They just kind of know how this game's going already. 5 seconds into the second quarter. And we might have either an offsides or a false start here on the extra point. It is going to be a false start. A little bit longer PAT attempt, but no problem for the Panthers. Kick is up and good. It is now 28-0 Panthers. Well, other than a few good offensive plays and a turnover forced by the defense, not too much to get excited about here for the Mustangs. And it's kind of a tough notion to think about, though, but this is a very good Derby Panther team that they're facing tonight. One of the best, if not sometimes the best team in the state. And another kickoff. This is going to go way out of bounds. And it looks like Mustang's going to have this on the 35. Mustang's going to take it around the left hash, but not all the way there. And we're going to have another stoppage of play here. Official's going to talk about it. I guess they're done talking. Nothing changing, it seems. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. And that's going to be a handoff up the middle, and just not much there as running back just runs into a big pile. It's Cooper Chard there. Still ended up getting 1, 2nd and 9. Kavanaugh going to be stepping up into the pocket. Going to take it himself, going to lower the shoulder, and going to take a hit. The gain's about 3 in the process. Third and 6 now here for Salina Central. Going to have their 3 receivers on the far side of the field, and I think they're going to get 5 there, as they're going to have an offsides. So seemed like a distant 3rd and 6 turns into a pretty manageable 3rd and 1. Maybe opens up the playbook just a little bit more if you're the Mustangs. Kavanaugh going to keep it, going to find a hole and get the 1st down. Going to be, it looks like, right at midfield. And they're going to get number 25 for the Panthers, looking like he's wanting to run across again. It's like yet another penalty on him. And that's going to be another 5 yards. First and 5 now for the Mustangs. Going to be a play action, but going to throw it left side. They're going to call that incomplete. Maybe borderline backwards pass, but I think that's a pretty good call, being a forward pass there. Probably a throw that Jackson Kavanaugh wish he had back. Still 2nd and 5 now. Kavanaugh going to look over the middle of the field. Going to look in the direction of Quentin Stewart, but other than a high ball, looked like it'd be double covered there. And that'll bring up 3rd and 5. Kavanaugh going to look like it's going to be a little bit of a wide receiver screen to Heigl. Doesn't get too much, but enough for the first. Gets 6 yards on that play. Barely just getting the first on back-to-back 3rd downs. And Mustangs are moving the ball here. Going to throw it out into the flat, and maybe anything perhaps. I think like it's going to be no gain. And yet again appears to have caught the Derby Panthers offside. And just like that, another defensive lineman coming in for the Panthers. So the third offsides call on the drive. And that brings up 2nd and 5. Jackson gonna throw right side to Heigl, and it looked like maybe 1 yard short, a gain of 4. Maybe right at the 30-yard line. And Kavanaugh looked like he was wanting to hand that off, but maybe some miscommunication on who was going to get the football, as Kavanaugh looked like he was going to hand it off, but his running back was already running up the field. Maybe 4th and 2 now. Offense staying on the field, no surprise there. Looking to get the play in. Kavanaugh going to get pressure, and he's going to be brought down for a sack. Kavanaugh looks like he's coming up limping a little bit. Got taken down a little weird there. But going to be helped to his feet, limping that right leg. And going to be carried off the field by his teammates, and that shows kind of a little bit of respect that the Mustangs have for Jackson Kavanaugh, as they were able to help him off the field like that. Panthers take over. Going to be a keeper by the quarterback, but Central's defense going to be right there to take down the quarterback for a loss.
Loss on the play by Adler. Brought down by number 90, Devin Grosso.
And we still have 8 minutes left on the game clock here in the 2nd quarter. Adler got time in the pocket, now going to run right side. Pretty good coverage so far looking into the secondary. And pass is going to be caught by a Mustang, but way out of bounds. Really good coverage there by the Mustang secondary after kind of some of the passes and open receivers the Panthers have had tonight. Good coverage there by the Mustangs. About 3rd and 12 now for the Panthers. Pump fake has a coming from the backside. Looks like Gage Prester coming from the backside to take down Adler, and really just tripped him up barely by the shoelaces. Brought him down for a loss. Mustang defense looking really good on that possession. And that's going to force Derby to punt for the first time.
Gage Prester back to return the kick.
Gage Prester back to return for the Mustangs. And that kick is away. A little short kick. It's going to take a little bit of a Panther roll out of bounds around the 30-yard line. And it looks like they're going to mark it at the 29.
Out of bounds brings up a 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at their 29-yard line.
Still 6 minutes, 29 seconds left in this second quarter. Mustangs looking to build off that drive they just previously had. And it's on the far side of the field, but it might be number 7, Parker Kavanaugh, in at quarterback. A younger brother of Jackson in at quarterback, and I believe that is the case. Jackson Kavanaugh still being looked at on the sidelines.
Cooper Charles carries the football for a gain of 2, brings up a 2nd and 8.
Second and 8 now for the Mustangs. And Parker Kavanaugh just trying to just get rid of the ball. Wasn't sure where he was maybe going with it. And by the time maybe he figured it out, he had pressure in front of him. Just able to get that ball away. Those are kind of some dangerous throws. If wasn't sure maybe where he was throwing that ball. Could be in the hands of a Derby Panther with a wide side of the field open. Parker throwing left side, and that's going to be incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th down. Parker looking like he just wanted to get rid of that ball as fast as possible.
Jackson Colzo back to punt for the Mustangs.
Colzo back to punt yet again for the Mustangs. And Derby looks like they're going to bring pressure here. Low punt, but gets it away. Going to be fielded by number 2, and just nobody able to bring him down immediately, but only gets a couple extra yards out of it. Looked like an area that you'd think he might call a fair catch, but did not.
Number 20, Kason Graham with the tackle. The first down Derby at the 44-yard line.
And yet again, this Panther offense takes the field. And that's going to be an option, immediate pitch to Washington, but he slips and falls. He's been having trouble keeping his feet tonight, even from the first play. Going to lose 1 on the play. Adler going to roll out right side, going to get some Mustangs chasing him. Throws on the run, pass complete for a first down and more. As he steps out of bounds, Davin Sims with the reception right there. That's Derby a first down. And again, they are going to want to press the issue. Adler now going to look left side, rolling out wide open as his receiver, number 9, Reed Liston. But really just kind of had to fall down to make that catch. But that's going to be a pickup of 8. Adler going to roll right side, going to have pressure on him. The pass is going to be complete. Kavion Walker for another first down, and some of the Derby Panthers just not able to keep their feet tonight on this turf. If they had been, they'd be getting a lot of extra yards. Adler now going to roll out left side, going to look end zone. Going to be out of the reach of Walker this time.
Incomplete pass intended for number 11, Kevion Walker. Brings up a 2nd down and 10.
Hello and welcome to the Salina Media Connection halftime show here at Salina Stadium. It's halftime. Sadly, not too much to be excited about if you're a Mustang fan. 42-0 Derby Panthers over the Salina Central Mustangs. Derby's just been in control in every aspect of the game, offense, defense, even special teams. The big player for Derby, Trey Washington, just elegantly, I guess I'll say, just running by Mustang defenders, and even the quarterback Adler just finding open receivers. Receivers are catching balls, they're getting downfield, and they're making moves against that Mustang secondary. For the Mustangs, though, not too much to get excited about, as I kind of mentioned. Had some good plays, good catches by Logan Heigl, some good tackles by Gage Prester, but other than that, really not too much to get excited about for the Mustangs. We'll see what happens at the second half, but it's not looking too great. Thanks. And welcome back to Salina Stadium at the start of the third quarter between the Panthers and the Mustangs. Mustangs won the toss and deferred to start the game. And now they will receive in the second half. They have a big hill to climb, down 42. Gage Prester back to receive. A beautiful full moon here on the Friday the 13th of September. And that's going to be fielded. It might have been Heigl, but got walloped. And we do have a fight breaking out a little bit between a Mustang and a Panther. No flags thrown. And that was Logan Heigl there on the return. Mustangs will start at the ball on their own 21-yard line. And it still looks like Parker Kavanaugh is back at quarterback. Gets his first completion, I believe. And we have a flag coming in. Came from the official behind the Derby Panthers, so this might be on them. That is on number 14 of the Panthers. And did get a few yards on the completion, but the penalty gives them the first down. Almost at the 40-yard line of Mustang territory. Coach Sandbo wants a timeout And we get our first time out of the entire game taken here.
Couple of halftime scores from the ABCTL. At halftime, Dodge City 21, Salina South 7. Also at halftime, Newton 7, Campus 14.
So far, Central's only ran one play, and they were needing a timeout. Following the timeout, Mustangs will have it 1st and 10. Trying to reset the play clock, but now they're going to throw it backwards to Xavier, but I believe Xavier Jackson, but that's going to be incomplete.
Second down and 10 for the Mustangs.
I think just trying to get some sort of pass for Parker Kavanaugh just to get some sort of rhythm of getting the ball complete, but hasn't been entirely accurate so far. And that's going to be a handoff inside, but looks like the running back, it might have been Cooper Chard, just kind of falls down, maybe loses a yard.
Cooper Chard on the carry. Loss of 1 brings up a 3rd and 11 for the Mustangs.
Third and 12 for the Mustangs, or at least scoreboard. It looks like more like 3rd and 11. Parker's just going to keep it himself. Gets by 1, but doesn't get very far. Maybe a gain of 1 back to the original line of scrimmage. And maybe a yard past that. Going to be 4th and 9. Mustang offense staying out on the field. Going to be over by the right hash. That pass is going to be complete by Logan Heigl. And I think he probably has enough for the first. They might stop it here to measure, but it is pretty close from the angle I'm looking at it. And they are going to have to measure that. We'll see what the measurement gives them. And it's a stretched out, it's a first down, pretty much by the entire length of the ball. Going to be a first down. Parker looking down the field. He's got Logan Heigl going back to the ball, throws it into double coverage. Fans here are looking for a flag, but not going to get one. I think that was a good no call there. Some better throws. Last two throws by Parker Kavanaugh have been a lot better. And Parker is trying to step up a little bit, but just going to have nowhere to go with that. Multiple Derby Panthers into the backfield to sack Parker. Parker again having to take long snaps. And that ball is almost picked off. Kind of thrown short of his receiver, Quentin Stewart. Derby Panther almost there to pick it off. I'll bring up 4th and 13 now. And it looks like no punt unit will come on. Fourth and 13 for the Mustangs. And Derby brings pressure. Good screen set up by the Mustangs. Cooper Chard got that screen, but not able to keep his feet. It's going to be a turnover on downs. And we'll see the Panther offense for the first time in the second half. Adler still back to pass. Going to be taken down, though. And they get this out to one of their receivers who kind of went down a little weird. That was number 12 out there for the Panthers. Larson there. And yet again, defense coming up good for the Mustangs. Trey Washington, the speedy, movable running back, able to be taken down for a loss. Third and 11 now. Adler going to roll right side. Going to throw right past the sticks, incomplete. Great pass and just great knowledge of where to get position to get past the sticks. Reed Liston for the Panthers. And a little bit of a confusion between Adler and Washington, but just give the ball to Washington and he'll pick up 8. Adler again looking like same play, going to pitch it late to Washington. And Washington again just able to run forward enough to pick up the first. They're going to run option right side. Again, going to pitch it to Washington, but Adler takes a hit. And it looks like Washington again picks up maybe 11 for another first down.
Trey Washington carrying for a gain of 13. Being 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Panthers.
Handoff Washington, this time going to be hit. I mean, it looks like he doesn't get very much, but just the penetration from that, the push from that offensive line just pushes that line back for a 3-yard gain. Clearly, Derby just controlling the line of scrimmage right now. Adler gonna try and scramble, but just falls down. Another Derby player slipping here. And again, I believe Adler getting some talking to by one of his coaches coming out onto the field. I believe the word was throw it. Didn't look downfield myself, but might have been somebody open, wide open, that Adler missed. Third and 12, Adler in the pocket, looking left side, gonna have a wide open receiver. That's gonna be Aaron Larson, who called his name several times. Wasn't necessarily, I guess, perhaps wide open, but really just had separation between himself and several other Mustangs. And I believe we are at the point where a continuous clock is going. And we have a false start penalty. And it does look like we do have a continuous clock, as the clock is counting at 4:09. After a false start, kick is up and good. Makes it 49-0. With 3:42 left in the third. Again, with that continuous clock, this is going to be a quick moving game. And we might have a secondary kicker now here for the Panthers, as this is going to be returned. Couldn't tell if that was Gage Prester out there or not. And it was. First and 10 from the 24. And the clock has started to roll yet again. And it's going to be a handoff. Looked like to Cooper Chard. He's going to rumble forward for about 3. That was a long 3, maybe more, about 4. Going to be handoff Char this time. This time not going to have nearly the same result as the last play. Going to be hit for a loss of 3. Parker with good protection, going to roll out, going to launch ball down the field. As Logan Heigl trying to stretch out for that, but ball clearly out of bounds. A little bit of an inside screen, getting close to being picked off, but not. Some of the Derby coaches on my left got pretty excited just seeing that throw coming, but we do have a flag in the backfield, maybe around where that screen was originally going to set up at. I thought I might have saw a face mask, so that's could be perhaps what it is. I want to see if they want to decline it and take the yardage, or they want to accept it and take the penalty. And it looks like that's in addition to it. And it is a face mask. .30 seconds left only in this third quarter now. Parker Kavanaugh has some time, going to launch it. And they're going to have some pass interference there. Had a defender that didn't seem to turn around for the ball and made contact. They're going to get that called pretty easily. And that is the end of the third quarter. With the continuous clock. Our score 49-0 Panthers. We'll be back with the final quarter right after this. And we're back for the final quarter of play here at Salina Stadium. Again, I think you probably know the score. 12 minutes of play, and we'll also have a continuous clock. And Parker, full shovel pass forward. And we do have an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty coming, looks like perhaps on the Panthers. It looks like it was Colzo on the carry there. And they're going to talk about this one as the clock just continues to roll. And it looks like they have 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, 1 on Salina Central, 1 on Derby, and those penalties will offset. And it'll be 2nd down now. Parker Kavanaugh gets another screen set up, gets by a good first layer. And again, Cooper Chard right there with that ball. Mustangs do get the first down off the screen. Parker Kavanaugh gonna step up, gonna look left. It's like had Quentin Stewart there open, but off the hands. Probably would have had a touchdown. Not sure if that would have stopped the continuous clock, though. It might have if the Mustangs would have scored there. And Rusher's coming to get Kavanaugh, escapes, gets by a couple. And really, after all that, it's going to be a gain of 1. Just shows you how much penetration that defensive line for the Panthers gets. And it looks like Salina Central's called their 2nd timeout of the half. Stops the clock at 8:44. Good amount of the Central fans still sticking around here, though. Some have left, but a lot of the student section still here. Following the timeout, 3rd and 9 for the Mustangs, and a little bit of a stutter step. Might have had a false start there, but Parker Kavanaugh back to pass, getting pressure, drops the ball. And some of the Derby Panthers saying they have it. And it is a Derby ball. You hate to see that coming out of the timeout, but just getting pressure quick. And on the first play, looks like backups for the Panthers had some trouble with the snap. Derby's going to lose some yards on that. It's going to be a loss of 6. Probably, though, if you're the Derby coaches, you're not complaining as this clock is just rolling. Second and 16 now for the Panthers. And it's going to be a quarterback keeper. Picks up maybe about 10 or so. And it's going to be a counter with the quarterback just taking it down the field. Really, no one's even touched him yet. Going to be forced out around the 24. They're actually going to give him the 22. And that's just speed right there. And it's going to be a handoff left side again. First contact not made until seemed like 14 yards past the line of scrimmage. And another mishap with the snap, and the Mustangs have it. Derby is just marching the ball down the field, but another mishap on the snap. And Mustangs are going to have the ball on the 15. We got 4:44 left in the contest. Again, Jackson Kavanaugh still on the sideline, but still limping a little bit, but only worth noting that does still have his full pads on. Of course, I wouldn't expect to see him in this game. But Parker Kavanaugh going to launch one down the field. Trying to find Colzo, but really just off the end of the tips of his fingers. Parker Kavanaugh getting pressure right in his face immediately again. Going to be sacked. About a 10-yard loss. That'll bring up, I believe, fourth down, or maybe, excuse me, third down. Mustangs wanting to go fast. Derby a little late getting set up. They're going to run that screen again. Good play call, but it loses the ball. And Derby's got it. That was Cooper Chard. Seemed to lose it on the screen. Really like the play calls that coaching staff have had when to call that screen. I feel like they've really gotten Derby overestimating just the speed of Derby, just able to recover and track that down. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left till the end of our contest. Now seeing Connolly Hamblin in at quarterback, and Salina Central's taking their final timeout of the game with 2:14 left. So far, it seemed the standouts tonight for Central kind of hard to pick at times, but thought Logan Heigl had a pretty good game, had some pretty good catches, including one that got him inside the 5. Got him up first and goal around the 3, but stopped on 4 straight plays, weren't able to get it in the end zone. Cooper Chard did pretty well, did just lose the fumble that allowed Derby to be in this position they are now. But I thought he had some good runs, had some pretty good screens as well. And in addition to that, I thought Gage Prester was really good, did pretty well returning the ball. I liked him on defense, coming down from the defensive back position, making some tackles. Heard his name called a lot over the intercom tonight. And low snap, and that's just going to be downed immediately. I mean, really, it's as good as a victory formation's knee down. .157 left in the game. And really, they may be able just to knee it a couple times, and this game might be over if they're able to run the play clock a little bit. Seven on the play clock for the Panthers. That's going to be a handoff. And good job by the Mustangs, able to cut that down for no gain.
Number 35, Zach Bryan on the carry. Number 64, Sidney Mills on the tackle.
.50 seconds left. 3rd down and 16 for the Panthers. And I don't think they're going to get this play off. That's going to be a delay game. But that is going to just keep the clock going, and by the time maybe the play clock resets, which would be right now, they don't need to snap it again. But it looks like they will. Nope, and now they're walking away. Final 10 seconds tick off of this one. Panthers gonna win it 49-0. And we'll be back with some post-game thoughts right after this.
And welcome back to the Salina Media Connection post-game show here with our RE/MAX Advantage Player of the Week, Gage Prester. Gage, kind of a tough loss tonight, but how did you think you played overall tonight?
I mean, I obviously tried my hardest. I obviously missed a couple tackles and messed up on a few calls, but I gave it my all.
I thought you did pretty well tonight. I heard your name a lot in the return game and also on defense. Next week's the big one, South Central. What's kind of your excitement level so far for this?
I mean, this is what we all been looking forward to, senior year against South. So we're all pretty hyped, pretty excited to go put them in the dirt.
Thanks, Gage, and we'll see you next week against South.
Thank you.
And back one more final time here on the Salina Media Connection postgame show here with Coach Mark Sandbo. Mark, it's kind of a tough loss tonight, but I went up to you and mentioned we just had our player of the week, Gage Prester. I mentioned him to you, and you said, I love it. Just kind of discuss about his play tonight.
Yeah, as tough as that was tonight, in the outcome, I was extremely proud of some of our kids, and you know, that's what this is about. That's what this occupation is about. We don't recruit. We get the kids we're dealt with, and you know, I can coach the Gage Pressers, the Quinn Stewarts, the Jackson Kavanaughs. There's a number. I couldn't name them all, but there's a number of kids that just, you know, they never hung their dollars. They kept competing, and you know, I told them at the end, you know, as gut wrenching as the feeling is to lose and lose the way we did to an elite program like that. There's a lot to be proud of, and I was extremely proud of their perseverance and their competitiveness, and you know, the way they carried themselves on the field. It's a great representation of Salina, Salina Central, and in our football program.
We also had in the first half, Jackson Kavanaugh, you mentioned, kind of went down with an injury, and little brother Parker Kavanaugh comes in. Kind of just evaluate his play in the second half. Seemed like he struggled at first, but seemed to get a little bit better kind of the more he threw the ball.
Yeah, I think that was the speed of the game. I mean, he goes 0 to 60 pretty quick from the level that he's been at to, you know, facing a Derby defense. But yeah, we decided that we wanted to go with just Parker in the second half. We could have played Jackson, but we felt like the game was a little out of reach for that. So we went with Parker to get him some game experience, let him see speed like Derby has. And we always say, you know, you're a cough away, and especially in that position. And we want him to be game ready, and that's the reason why we decided to go the route that we did.
Next week, do you have the big game, Salina South, Salina Central? I'm going to guess it's not terribly hard to get motivation going in the locker room this coming week, but what's kind of your message to the team?
Yeah,
7 days.
You know, our message was just like any other week. There's obviously a heightened excitement and heightened emotion from all over. I mean, not just Salina, not just Central, not just South, but the Salina community. You know, statewide knows about the Mayor's Cup and knows about South versus Central. But I just said we're going to learn from this game, and we're going to see what we did on film that was positive. We're going to correct the things that we struggled with or the negatives, and then all eyes are going to turn southward, and that's our expectation.
Thanks so much, Coach, and again, good luck next week against the Cougars.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for all you do, guys.
Come watch your favorite team and earn points with our new Blazing Rewards program, only at Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Hi, I'm Nathan Wilcom, manager at the Longhorn Steakhouse here in Salina, Kansas. We are proud supporters of our local high school sports team and our community. I'd like to invite you to join us for a great meal at Longhorn Steakhouse. We are open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Friday and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. We hope to see you at our restaurant, and when you do, ask for me or our managing partner, Sarah Grimes. We'd love to say hello.
At Domino's, they work hard to make it easy for you to earn free pizza. How hard? We probably don't have enough time to talk about all the ways they've invented for you to order, but we do have time to talk about the new ways you can earn Piece of the Pie rewards points towards free pizza. Now you can earn points when you place an order by phone or in store. That means you can earn points any way you order. If you would like to enroll, see Domino's.com/rewards or call Domino's.